Welcome to This Is Important, a production of iHeartRadio, the show where we talk about what's obviously most critically, crucially important.
Today on This Is Important.
And then I just jumped off the dock in front of everybody and spread my butt cheeks.
You know what? I feel like mangina.
Diarrheaed for 40 minutes straight.
But I do need your mom to do it and send it, please.
Strap in. Ow! And we're back.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Anders.
Limping into the week post Brozarks.
Yes.
Good morning, Adam.
And Adam, how are you feeling?
Good morning.
I'm feeling pretty good. Let's before we do that, let's shout out.
Good mornings.
Let's shout out good mornings and friendship. Yeah. And also, I'd like to shout out Hot Pockets for coming through in the clutch. We got a surprise gift by Hot Pockets. They sent us like 30 boxes of Hot Pockets. I've got a lot of T-shirts for you guys. Ooh, get ready for those.
Whoa.
Them Heather Gray's Hot Pocket T-shirts. Ooh,
for real? You got some teas?
I do have some teas.
Should we save this? Should this be our first giveaway?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, Hot Pocket teas.
Yeah, send them to me. Give them to me.
I'll give one to each of you. That's the giveaways.
Should we clautograph those or what?
And then Oakley sunglasses. Oakley sunglasses. Friendship. I mean, Stan Halen must have called in and said, "Yo, bro, hook up them boys."
The Brozarks. Yeah.
Oakley's rep.
He's an Oakley's rep, and we all had pretty sick wraparound Oakleys for the weekend.
Adam,
really
I don't even know if you remember doing the Brozarks episode, but we for sure shouted both those products out.
Oh, did we?
Last episode.
Yeah. We talked about them pretty good.
Did we?
But we're going to go ahead and roll it into this ep and re-shout them out.
Yeah, before we start the epi, let's re-shout out shit that we shouted out last week.
It was very we have to do this again.
They showed up during the mid-pod. The Hot Pockets.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember. Dude, I remember.
The headline is the T-shirts, though. I mean, that is a fucking headline, baby.
Dude, I remember.
Okay.
we were also wearing the sunglasses the whole time.
Dude. I remember.
Yeah, well, to be fair,
mission accomplished.
Last week's episode is very foggy in my brain. It wasn't exactly scheduled the way I expected. I believe we even talked about that on the pod, but
scheduled?
We did it.
It was.
What do you mean?
That's a strong word.
I didn't expect the Brozarks episode to start at 10 a.m. record. After
it was like 11.
I think it was supposed to start at 11.
It was at 11.
It was supposed to start at 11, and it started at
It was 11 because we kicked it.
Even I know that time.
No, Blake. What happened was it was supposed to start at 11.
At 11.
Isaac woke us up at 10:30, being like, "Hey, just so you know, this is our manager, Isaac. Just so you know, he was at the bachelor party. That's how close we are to Isaac.
We saw his penis.
Let's give him his flowers. I saw Isaac's butthole, 50-year-old man's very white, pink butthole, and he woke us up at 10:30 and was like, "Yo, the podcast starts in 30 minutes." And we were like, no, it doesn't. And then at noon, we finally got it going. And boy, were we firing last week.
Yeah,
we were. I barely remember it.
And thanks for all those DMs. It was rough.
Just kidding. I remember the whole thing.
Kyle, you ate an egg with your bare hands. That's how firing we were.
I was so fucking hungry, bro. Speaking of scheduling, nobody scheduled breakfast for a bunch of hungry ass dudes.
Wow.
Yeah, that one's on Dennis Devine.
We talked about that too.
Yeah, we did. So are we just recapping or what?
And that's fine.
We do need to recap because in all the days we were out there, we ate very few meals.
Yeah.
I did not eat much.
Well, because it was Dennis Devine was like, don't worry, here's the breakdown. Sandwiches this day. We're going to have bratwurst this day. We're going to have burgers, and we're going to have
the bags of spaghetti in the refrigerator.
Next time we get in on a trip, man, I'd love to be a part of the food committee. You know,
I think we need to put the sober people in charge of the food committee, just so they can keep us on some kind of schedule, because we were all over. I was just eating scalding hot bratwurst and cold spaghetti with my hands.
Right.
Just trying to get nutrients to survive.
I was drinking my calories, and then we had the one dinner.
Oh, I ate beer.
The one dinner.
Yeah.
Come on, man. The one dinner.
Okay, Joe Biden.
Here's the breakdown.
Come on, man.
Wait, who was Joe Biden?
Everyone got in.
Come on, man.
So here's the breakdown. Everyone got in Thursday night. We got very, very drunk, passed out. Woke up the next morning, did the podcast. It was pretty uneventful, that podcast, because we hadn't done most of the bachelor party activities yet. We just got really drunk the one night. And then we're hungover for it, and we're like, someone pissed the bed, and that was the main event.
We talked about that too.
We're lucky that happened. Hey,
Which is a hot way to come out. Hot way to come out.
You had barfed already.
I had pre-barfed the night before you guys even got in, because me and my two best men, Zach and Kyle, got in the day before and aggressively chugged beers. I puked the day before, so yeah, we limped into that podcast, but then the real festivities began.
Yes.
We jet skied all day. Then we took the boat out. I thought we were just getting gas. No one had a credit card. I'm the only person with a credit card on them. So we go on the boat, and then suddenly it's like, hey, let's go to the bar. And I'm like, okay. And then we go to the bar. There's like 15 of us, and I'm the only one with the credit card. So I bought us all drinks. You're welcome. Flowers for me. And
is that why these guys? Is that why I had to taxi these dudes across the lake?
We were on jet skis.
Yeah.
Right.
Blake and I, and then we couldn't. You're not allowed to like tie up a jet ski there, or at least so we were told. So we had to go back and kick
which
it.
you
But
totally
Kyle,
can.
Yeah.
You totally can.
I did learn how to tie up a jet ski after about the third taxi ride. I figured out how to do it, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is tight, dude. I'm like a boating dude now.
But I also don't think we had ties. You came with ties, correct?
Yeah.
The ties are in the seat.
That sounds real. That sounds real.
Hey guys,
the ties are in the seat.
and now we know. So we go to this pool bar, and that's when shit starts to get out of control. That's when we're getting
the city of Chompton, right? It was the city of Chompton.
City of Chompton next door.
Shady
Gator.
Yeah, Shady Gators. And so we got just pretty fucking wasted over there. And then by the time we stumbled out of there, that bachelorette party was like, here, take our pizza. They're giving us pizza. We're taking the pizza. We're leaving. They chased us down to the dock, making us feel like rock stars. I think we showed them their butts. I think maybe one nipple came out. I don't quite remember.
You're skipping over
so much. Yeah. I mean, you can hit the gas on this. We're 7 minutes deep in the pod. You want to draw this stuff out, man.
Thank you.
What was weird for me is that we were like not really interacting with them so much. And then as we were leaving, they like chased and we're like, we have pizza. We're like, all right, we'll take some pizza.
They lured us back.
And then they were like, well, where are we all going? Out on the docks. And we were like, well, we're going. And then as we drove away, for no reason, they just started hiking up their bathing suits and slapping their butt cheeks at us.
Yeah, that's
I know it's not for no reason. It's because we were the coolest party crew in the Zarks, baby.
I mean, based on the Oakleys we're rocking?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The outfits were great.
Based on 15 guys rocking wraparound Oakleys, no shoes, no shirts.
Yeah.
Life vest.
I would like to shout out those girls because when they started that trend, we immediately went back to our dock and then started like manginaing the whole entire lake.
They got us horned out.
Oh, so it got into your psyche. It got into your psyche, and then the whole way back you're bumping, and then you get on the dock and you're like, you know what? I feel like manginaing.
On the way back, Blake's like, I'm just gonna jump off the front of the boat, and we're like,
don't.
What?
Yeah,
you'll drive over you.
I did hear about this.
Yeah, I did that a couple times, and that was the only time where I saw Adam's dad be like, "Hey, Blake, you're gonna
Don't do that."
Yeah,
I'm gonna swim back.
You swam around the back towards the prop while it was going like a complete fucking idiot.
No, I knew what I was doing.
Bullshit, bro.
I did.
I know.
Blake
I
is
heard about it.
I got nervous. I heard about it and I got nervous.
Blake is definitely the kind of guy to die during a bachelor party. Like, he's the type of guy that is like, dude, I can make that jump. And we're like, you don't have to. You don't even have to jump. And then he will like leap for it. And, you know. So then we come back
You know
over.
the rest.
Yeah, he'll leap for it and then die. Right.
You are that guy, pal.
We come back over. We get to our. You are that guy.
Sorry. I am that guy.
We get to our dock, and then for whatever reason, I think those girls like shaking their butt cheeks inspired us just to get butt naked on our dock, and then we were just ass out and boats are driving past. Like, People are skiing and they're
boats are circling back.
They're circling back. By the way,
more action.
This is 5:30 p.m. This isn't
sun.
late at night. This is full. The sun is up. People are out and about.
Right.
Friday on the lake.
This is goofy.
Goofy. That's what my mom said when she heard about it.
Goofy boys.
I really love this new addition to the soundboard.
Goofy.
But I do need your mom to do it and send it, please. It's just a little weird.
Where is that from? Because I feel like my mom is copying that. It's a new.
No, that's you doing your mother.
Oh, that is me doing. Okay,
That's
I was
your
like,
voice.
I could have sworn because she started going like goofy and silly and like a sing-songy just in the last like 2 years. I'm like, this has to be a commercial or something.
Yeah, well, that's you doing a. That's you doing an impression of your mother.
Well, that's how. Just
she listens to the pod,
and you're doing Toasty.
It must be Toasty. Yeah, it must be
You're
Toasty.
doing Goofy.
Oh my gosh.
Hangover's still happening, right?
I've never seen my. I've never seen my best friends or any man. Like in person, I've never seen their actual butthole, but I've seen Durs's very nice looking butthole. Durs, you got it's very clean back there. There's no hair.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Speak on it, buddy.
We took like a lineup of butts or whatever. And P.S. I have the sickest Speedo tan right now. It is proper.
Yeah.
And then I just jumped off the dock in front of everybody and spread my butt cheeks.
And it was the form.
Good move. That's a good move.
The form.
I was like, how do we up the ante here, man?
Oh, the Ramones.
Yeah, the form on it was exquisite. I'm like, if the rest of us tried that, we wouldn't have been able to get our hands back there to get the full spread.
Hey,
it was like a diver level move, and I was very proud.
And were you doing like the squirrel, the flying squirrel, where you grab your ankles and your butt cheeks at the same time?
Kind of, yeah. It was a Greg Loose anus.
My dude.
Oh,
and that joke works
Sorry,
there.
Mama.
That joke specifically works.
Yes, points.
There. By the way, I saw
swimming
Greg
points.
Louganis a few years ago at the Rose Bowl Aquatic Center, and he was looking fucking good.
Oh, yeah?
This dude, he
Ripped
knows
up?
how to dress. He's got this like silver hair now. He's
Wait,
working it.
hell yeah.
Why was he dressed? He's at the aquatic center. Isn't he trying to get wet?
He was coaching like an NBC diving reality show from
of course.
like
Yeah,
Louis
it was,
Anderson was on.
dressed.
Do you guys
Get your
remember this?
money.
Louis Anderson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Dude, no, Durs, but God, I hope that's where your career goes. I hope that's the turn that you make, where you're just hosting cool diving shows.
Oh
and
wait,
shit.
was that Help I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here or something?
No, it was like it's called Splash or something, and they had all these
What?
famous people diving, including the Alabama quarterback's girlfriend. Remember that one? They like went to the stands and like TV stopped for a second, and the announcers were like, "And that's his girlfriend," and she had just like
What?
Yeah,
I
remember
kind of remember this, and then they just like held the camera on her for too long, and the
Way too
announcer
long.
was like, "Wow, look at he's a
Yeah.
lucky
Oh,
man."
yeah.
he is a
Yeah.
top recruit, and she is too, if I don't mind saying. You heard like a zipper drop?
That's weird when that happens when they go to
what?
the girlfriends in the crowd. That's happened a few times where announcers are just too horned up.
Yeah,
and they're like,
wow.
"Yo, chill, dude. This is this guy's girl."
They're like, that's what being a professional athlete gets you right there. My God.
Can you imagine?
Can you
That's a
imagine
workout right there in itself.
if you can imagine number 12 just bashing his body against that?
I'm trying to think of like the worst sport. I'd like to touch that down there.
So then,
I'd like to dribble on her.
He's going to go deep.
Inappropriate.
He's not throwing well
Inappropriate.
today at this game, but tonight I bet he's
Time's up.
throwing pretty
Time's up.
deep.
That's a hard out.
We're being these male pigs, these announcers that
They're
have to be
pigs.
stopped. What else could they say?
Hire him.
icky, gicky.
I would tackle her down.
This is the icky moment of the
Right.
pod.
Icky. Meanwhile, we're talking about
No,
each
it's
other's
just that the
literal
first one-
buttholes.
Yeah, the first one was so good. Can you imagine number 12 banging his body up against her?
Wow.
He's lost in thought. He's lost the first and last name. He's just going by numbers at this point.
He's
then-
doing
And then
like
you
a
just
bad-
hear. Then you just hear.
Right, yeah. he starts doing a bad like Chevy Chase, like we're down at the 50-yard line. Shit, damn it, it's getting real twat in here. It's hot in the booth, I tell you. I just came.
Yes, sir. So then we make it back to we're back to the dock. We're butt naked. It's dinner time.
And by the way, let's paint the picture for your dock here. Let's talk about your dock. Your dock is sick. It's not just a dock.
Yeah,
it's got a bar.
It's a floating Ponderosa. My God, man!
It's got a whole area. It's got like a couple slips. Is that what we're calling them? Slips.
It's got places to park jet skis, 2 slips, boats that are on lifts so they can stay out of the water so they don't get beat up. Got the pontoon. Got a bass boat. My parents have a pretty sick setup down here in the Zarks, and that's why they love it so much.
And coverage from the sun.
That's why they don't want to ever come visit me anymore.
Right.
Like I'll be like, hey, come to Charleston, come visit me while I'm shooting, and they're like, we're good.
Goodbye.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, come out to Orange County, come to the beach house, and I'm like, we're good though. I'm like, okay.
And by the way, the water in the lake was like, 83 degrees.
It was so nice.
The water was warm.
Admittedly, it's so nice.
Admit it.
I'll admit it.
I had a thing about lakes before this weekend because I didn't really dig them because when I was a kid, I remember seeing some snakes swimming around. And
boy.
Okay. So wait.
And I was like, fuck this.
Kyle, great call, though. I didn't even consider snakes in the water. Were there?
No, I didn't see any. No, I didn't see any there.
Wait.
Whoa.
Hang on. Durs is raising his hand.
I went directly to a family reunion after this, hella COVID tests, and I told everyone I was in the Lake of the Ozarks, and they go, "Did you see snakes?"
No shit.
And I was like, "No," and they're like, "Oh, there's snakes all over that lake."
Oh, fuck me.
That would have changed everything for me.
Well, by the way, I've never seen them. My parents haven't seen them yet. I'm sure there are, but it's not like they're all over.
Like anacondas? How big are these fucking snakes? Because
they're all anacondas.
Dude, yeah, they're all anacondas.
From the nuclear power plant.
They're all
swallow
Amazon
ice
level
cube
snakes.
whole.
This is so weird.
Well, wait, but what are they? Are they like water moccasins?
There can be, yeah.
Yeah, I saw some crazy water moccasins when I was a kid, and I was like, I don't like lakes anymore. But then when I was at the Ozarks, I'm like, this feels so good. I'm having a blast.
Wait, but do you like the ocean?
I do dig the ocean, but I did get
Have you ever seen there's these larger...
Because of sharks out there.
There's these bigger snake things called sharks.
No, I know.
Called eels.
Snakes of the ocean.
Dude, I kind of stopped going in the water because
jellyfish.
This dude, we call him Shark Man, would always take pictures of sharks and then show me like right before I was about to get into the water, and he'd be like, here's a shark, and then like lower the thing. I'm like, that's right there.
So did you kind of become a bitch a little bit, or what's going on?
Yeah, a little bit of a water bitch.
That's not, we don't belong there. It's not ours.
Yeah, well, I just respect it more.
If I had to guess, maybe we should give Kyle his flowers a little bit. I think every AM jet ski ride he did before we hit the water was just chopping up snakes. So you probably took him out with the old ski.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, you chopped up all them snakes. Well, since Kyle wasn't drinking, he was up always at the crack of dawn on that ski, putting in I was always like, how are we out of gas again on the jet skis?
Right.
I'm like, how are we always out of gas? Is because you and Kyle Walsh were just going on 3-hour jet ski rides every day.
Yeah.
And awesome and good for you.
Yeah.
I was so sore. I was legit sore for a day and a half, 2 days. It was not easy on my body. I'm gonna tell you that.
Jet skis are the type of thing that people shit on jet skis. People shit on jet skis. They're like,
why?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. I think they think it's white trash or something to be jet skiing. I don't get it. I love jet skis. The only
problem I had with it was what am I putting into the water right now when I hit the throttle? And is that cleanable or is that fucking it up? You know what I mean? That's the only thing.
Your soul. You're putting your soul.
No, you're not fucking it up.
You're fucking it up. But here's what people don't like about jet skis.
That part.
Here's what people don't like about jet skis. They're super loud. That's the whole thing.
I hate noise complaints.
That's what it is. People who are like, the lake's crazy.
Yeah, but on this lake, the boats are super loud. There's cigarette boats that are racing each other.
That one dude had that fucking boat that was at the gas station. I was like, dude, this guy's.
I will say, upon taking the jet skis out, I had several times in being on the water, I was like, there is nothing more fun than being on a jet ski. I do believe like that is the pinnacle.
Hey, ride my back. You'll have a better time.
Okay, I'd like to see what's up with that.
Anders Holm, the human jet ski.
It was life-changing for me. I mean, I'm thinking about getting some, like, and figuring out where I can go drop them in the water around
every
here.
time I ride a jet ski, I mean, I live I have a dock at my house. Yeah. I should own 2 jet skis, but admittedly, riding jet skis in the ocean is not as fun as on a lake. On a lake, it's nice and calm.
I don't know. I saw some fucking shit where people were riding the waves and going up over them, getting air and stuff, and I'm kind of into that. Like when I was out in the Ozarks, I would find the boats that had the biggest wave and just kind of follow them and fucking jump around in their shit.
And you were talking about how sore you were the next day.
Yes, Anders, yes, so sore, but it was very much worth it.
But then you could also not do that. You know what I mean?
You have an
option. On a lake, you have
an
option to not do that. In the ocean, it's constant. You have to keep jumping, and there's no reprieve from it.
Yeah.
Kyle, when you hit that point when the Mountain Dew wears off and you're like, what do I do now? And the waves are still
Wait, were you chugging morning dews?
Yeah. I go crack another dew, dude. What do you mean? I go crack another dew.
Yeah, was that a trick question?
Was that your drug of choice for this weekend, Kyle?
They were in the fridge, man.
Yeah.
They were in the fridge, so I fucking said, clack, give me a Diet Mountain Dew.
I stocked them for you, baby. I stocked them for you.
A Diet Mountain Dew?
Yeah, they had diets. It was great. It was perfect. Less sugar. I dug it.
That's what Penny D throws down. Instead of like a cup of coffee, she'll like just crack open Mountain Dew, and she's like, I'm like, ugh, in the morning. She's like, well, what does it matter?
You might have a bro mom.
Right.
Got him.
Penny D, the bro mom. I love that.
Yeah, I like
That's badass.
So then we go to, we have this like party bus that's taking us to
driven by.
And driven by the MVP of the weekend.
Straight
wow. Shout out.
Big shout
Uncle
out.
Matt, the man.
Maker of
Uncle
wrestlers.
Yes. Mizzou.
Yes. Builder of men.
Knowledger of baseball.
COU.
That's right. Builder of Harley Davidsons.
Builder of Harleys.
Yeah.
Builder of men.
Getter of breakfast burritos when it's crucial.
When it was crucial.
Yeah.
And by the way, we find out he killed 40 snakes that weekend that we never saw. He was just snatching them out of the water behind their backs and breaking their necks.
Stuffing them in his pocket. Yeah.
All right, go ahead and dive in there. Get your dicks out. Go ahead now.
So he's driving.
Hold on 1 second.
And I don't want to call out names because I don't know if people get sensitive about stuff. But our one friend just kept playing. He was the DJ, and admittedly, he was drinking a lot. He kept chugging, shotgunning beers as we're driving,
right,
and just pounding the bottle of Jäger. And he keeps playing music.
Lots of Jäger.
Only playing 20 seconds of a song where we would all get into the song like,
I'll fly away,
all singing it
and then he would just change it.
This was the most trippiest part of the weekend when you like have a moment. It's like everybody's singing along to fucking Weezer, and then it's like right before say it, click.
My name is
like what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Say it ain't. Oh, okay.
And then he puts on another good song, but like
taste is phenomenal.
You gotta just realign yourself.
A
drag.
He was blasting off, and it makes sense for later as the night progressed. We understand where it started and where it shall end.
Absolutely.
So we go to the restaurant, Michael's Steak Chalet here at Lake of the Ozarks. Let's shout him out. Love this place.
Thank you, Michael.
I still love you. Man, what an awesome restaurant to go to.
Yeah.
Like, can't tell you what the food tasted like.
Oh,
but
dude, I had salmon. I fucking had salmon, bro.
Stop the press.
Wait, shut up.
Shut
up.
Wait, shut the fuck up.
Everyone shut the
fuck up.
Dude, everyone shut the fuck up real quick. Kyle, you have the floor. What did you just say, dude?
I ordered and ate salmon.
Oh my God! Points. Points.
This is huge. It's like the first time I've had any kind of a meat in like foreign change. You know?
Okay.
Maybe
so okay. Now I'm understanding the reference.
That's why I stopped the presses. It was like a big moment for me.
Hey, so Arugaloids, feel free to slide into Kyle's DMs and let him know how you feel if you feel fully betrayed or you still ride him.
Let me know who's pescatarian out there, if you dig the pescatarian lifestyle or what, because I'm highly considering it because that salmon was bomb as shit.
Yeah, you should, dude. Yeah, you should. You should be pescatarian and then slide into cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
I know.
Then get back into red meat.
Land cow.
Yeah, and then
chicken.
Yeah, then get some of them land cows, man.
It was really yummy. I'm going to say the salmon there was fucking fantastic.
And so we go, and they have like what they call the Wine House, which is like a separate bar restaurant just off to the side that is specifically for private parties. So we had the run of the place. There was no one around, and we just got to throw down. And we came in hot.
Threw down.
Can we talk about what our manager did? He was the first one in the building, and he goes right up to the waiter and waitress, who were fantastic, and he goes, "Look here, guys, it's about to get wild. Just roll with it, okay? Don't worry about it. It's gonna get crazy. Roll with it." And I was like, "You what?"
Yeah, what is it about to be a huge gay porno?
Right?
What kind of was? Hey, we'll get there. We'll get there. But like
Not close.
Even before that, me and Austin rolled in because we took his car over there, and we talked to them, and they were like, we were gonna set up this like Jäger fountain, but we didn't want to go overboard. We didn't want you to think we were crazy, and we looked at each other and we're like, are you fucking kidding me? Set that bitch up.
Set that bitch up.
Set it up now.
Yeah, the Jäger fountain was pretty sick, although it smelled god awful.
Well, everybody was just licking it.
So like a full Jäger fountain that just kept pouring Jäger. So you would just stick your cup in.
Yeah, it was just like a wedding where you would have like chocolate pouring out or something,
like
but it was
fondue.
straight
Or
up.
like champagne.
It was Jäger, baby.
And you just dip your cup in. So we took so many shots. Not even shots. We were drinking cups of Jägermeister.
Yeah.
So that's where it started. And then we all, we're all sitting down, we're ordering, and then I forget who started.
I think it was Isaac.
I think
Isaac
took
his shirt off.
He took his shirt off.
Like right after he ordered.
I'm not sure who started it, but if it's Isaac, big props to Isaac.
I remember looking at him and being like, dude, what are you doing?
Well,
and
he just told the wait staff that it's going to get crazy. So
I remember he was the only one with the shirt off, and then I think it got interpreted as, you take your shirt off.
I don't know,
because
he didn't order. No, because he didn't order that early, though.
Well, then maybe we were justifying it with the person next to his ordering.
I want to say it was Zach.
I don't remember who started it.
No,
but
Zach was all the way over. Zach's probably justified it because he was on another one with absurdities that night, and it was fucking fantastic. I'm sure Zach came up with the take your shirt off so she knows you've ordered, which is essentially the pattern that we all fell into. And it was the best.
Right. Adam will paint that.
Yeah, so everyone around the table, the full 17 or maybe 18 guys total. Men, full-grown men, adult men, or that are too old to be doing this.
Yep.
When you ordered your food, you took your shirt off afterwards, and then it took the waitress so long to realize what we were doing until finally she was like, "Oh my God, you guys are taking your shirts off, so I know that you ordered. That's so sweet." And we're like, and she might have been fucking with us, but we were all too fucked up to even know if she was fucking with us or not.
Right.
And so we all had our shirts off at this point, and then they had the napkins.
Just so she knew.
It's a long
just so she
table,
knew.
so as people were taking their shirt off on one side, other people on the other side didn't know what was going on, and we were shouting very loudly. Once you order, you have to take your shirt off. So she knows.
So she knows.
It's already chaotic. This is a restaurant. Like, let's try and get some order here. If you've ordered, take your shirt off.
She's definitely going around the table taking orders like normal and wouldn't skip
hard.
anyone.
It wasn't like we were just mingling amongst the bar. We were sitting in a table, so you just go down the line. But we were making our job.
Except for two lone souls that I'm sure we'll circle back to.
So you could see the restaurant from out the window. Like, we're in our private little area, this private building just off there, and then there's a courtyard between the restaurant, a courtyard, and then the little building that we're in.
A nice restaurant.
Very nice restaurant.
By the way, and by the way, that courtyard was also getting the feed to our half songs.
Yeah, to our music.
Oh,
right. We were playing.
So we didn't carry that torch. The guy who's DJing on the fucking party bus also took the aux at the restaurant.
Oh yeah, he took it from the bar
and was playing 20 second songs. Still driving us crazy, almost.
Yeah.
People were driving you crazy.
No. People were getting offended.
No, there was a lot of. Yes.
Your boy, I'll say his name starts with a J, was not thrilled. I think he was getting fucking PO'd.
Oh yeah, tater salad.
Jeff was getting he was getting PO'd. Yeah.
Jay? Oh, Jay was?
He was screaming.
He's about to fight.
Yeah, but that's his thing, you know. He wants to get pissed off about something.
Physical guy.
He's a big physical man.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so you could see the restaurant through, and by this point we're all shirtless with our napkins tied around our necks, tied around our heads.
Like bandits.
What was that was just also because, the napkins around the neck was after it had been a little bit of time, and it was just to show that we were hungry.
I think you was to show you had received your food.
No, it was just to show that we were getting hungry.
And so then, and then there's a little bit there's like a 20-minute wait to get all of our food. So then we're like, let's start drinking in earnest. Yeah. And we are just chugging drinks, we have our own private bar with our own bartender. Right. That guy was awesome. Yeah. He's pouring us drinks. He's pouring us shots. Then they bring out bottles of champagne with a gun attached to the end of it.
Oh,
that's just squirting from across the room. Party time! And the whole room was sticky by the time we left. Just like mouth open, getting hosed. It looked like I pissed myself because it ran down and then just like pooled on my dick area. So every photo.
Let me spray me. I didn't piss myself.
That was the best part about the whole experience. Is like, we came in. Isaac came in. He's like, yo, just so you know, this shit's gonna get crazy. But they were the ones who set up the Jäger fountain. They were the ones who brought out the champagne gun.
This is true.
So it was, for me, it was like, it's green light. It's green light. Anything goes.
It was
Take your shirts off.
Yeah.
We were all in the same room. It was fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. It was green light.
I don't want anybody to think we were being like disrespectful to the establishment. I feel like we were all having fun.
Big Michael's Steak Chalet fans in Lake of the Ozarks. If you come here, go to Michael's.
Yeah, check them out.
And we were being served by the son of the restaurant and his wife or girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that little bit of history.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't talk to the staff? Is that how you
Wow.
No, I was starving.
You looked down your snout at them?
I was starving. I could not.
Oh, I'm busy with my salmon. I don't care about you.
I finally got my salmon.
I have salmon. I can't be interrupted with your family history.
Give me my fish.
Yeah. No, not interested. But now I am. Right now I am currently. So
yeah, I talked with the bartender guy for a little bit, and he was telling me that it used to be like a mafia hangout.
Oh,
back in the day. That's the backstory of Michael's.
Forget about it. God, I'm so glad we didn't hear that earlier, or else we would all been just shouting like mafia people.
Yeah. Michael Corleone.
Can I take a quick pivot? Because last night I watched episode 1 of Ozarks, and I'm so glad I didn't watch that before I actually went to the Ozarks, because I feel like I would have been like, oh shit's going down, dude. It's definitely.
You've never seen it?
No, I've never watched it.
Oh.
I had to visit before I would turn it on.
Right.
Which, by the way,
that's
in that
how you
show,
are about everything, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, visit the location.
Right. You went to Albuquerque?
Yeah, he can't go to Rome until he watched HBO's mid-2000s series Rome.
Mm.
Well,
yes.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Adam's like, shows name places.
I actually like that show.
I watched The Shot.
In the show Ozarks, they say the thing that I heard about 100 times while we were at the Ozarks, where they're like, it's the coastline, the lake is as long as the California coastline. They say that shit every fucking 30 minutes in that show, and that
is a pretty interesting tidbit of info.
Yeah, it is a weird fact. I mean,
what fucking dork realized that?
You can ride on a boat.
Honey, look at this.
No! Like, to get to my aunt and uncle's house, it's a 10-15 minute drive. It's over an hour and a half by boat. It's just how the lake works.
Wow.
I don't get that.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So you're able to just drive over here, and it snakes around, so you got to go all the way up and all the way down around to get to their house, but you could just drive right over there.
Who's going to get the Ozark Lake tattoo?
But you can't go across? I guess I'm thinking of a car.
No, like imagine if the lake's like this.
It snakes around.
So there are snakes.
There's snakes.
Right? If the lake's like this, and then they're living here and here, by boat you have to go all the way down
Kyle,
here.
Everything you're doing right now, Kyle, not helping.
What do you mean?
Looks like
you're like.
And then there's other places like you can't get to Shady Gators from my parents' house.
You want me to draw it?
By car, it would take like an hour, but by boat, it's like a 3 minute.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I would expect it would be. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also the opposite of that.
By jet ski, it's like
it goes both ways.
10 minutes. Jet ski.
Hey, just look at a map, homie.
I can't. Yeah. My parents wouldn't let me. I still.
Yeah.
Motherfucker can't read maps.
I can't read maps. I can't tell time. There's a lot of things.
Will you hold my penis when I pee pee?
Absolutely.
I went to a big ass. I went to Flathead Lake right after. That's a big fucking lake too.
You're just a lake. You're just a lake boy.
I mean, I was back on the jet skis the day after I left you guys on one from like 1990. It was so tight.
Dope.
Well, you called it early Friday night because you had to. You had a big family day the next day and a big travel day, so
I didn't want to show up super destroyed to the family reunion.
And you would have. My hangover was so severe. It was a legit. I've barely had a 2-day hangover in my life.
Right.
I maybe had like 1 or 2 of those ever. This was like a legit 3-day hangover, and this is too much information. So the third day, my body was so extended, like I had just this belly that wouldn't go down.
Distended?
Extended.
Distended.
Your body was both extended and distended.
You were taller and your belly stuck out.
I was bloated for sure.
Yeah,
right.
And
Big Sean, you grew
I
3 inches?
This is gross, diarrhea'd for 40 minutes
Hold
straight.
up. I haven't had diarrhea drops in a minute.
Yeah,
that's the one. Okay, get him. There it is.
3 drops, dude. 40 minutes. Didn't
It's
stop.
not 5. This dude has hell of diarrhea drops.
And are you sure that's from the alcohol, or did you eat something that day?
Yeah, did you swallow a lake snake?
No, I did. I like food sounded disgusting.
Well,
I didn't eat anything.
When you dehydrate, you spray diarrhea. That's like how it works. It's weird, but that's how it works.
Of diarrhea.
So it was like a legit 3-day banger for me, which I've never experienced. I was like looking up like, do I have alcohol poisoning? Like, am I?
Yes.
Am I dying?
You definitely did.
That's what it is. The whole thing.
You did.
I do like how they're like, I had alcohol poisoning. It's like
probably everybody did actually.
Yeah,
everybody did
for sure. Oh, the plane ride home was living in a nightmare.
Yeah, I'm living in a nightmare.
Oh, it's weird because the 3 days that we were there, right? That's all it was like 3 days felt like a week. Like the second day felt like a fucking like 3 or 4 days when we had dinner, and then after dinner it was like
because every day had chapters.
Fucking A. So it makes sense that you're gonna have a hangover for 3 days because you drank like for a week and a half in 3 days.
But also we were being woken up at the crack of dawn to do podcasts. And
that did ruin everything.
What the fuck?
The crack of dawn.
No, you woke up at like noon, and then the next day
That's
you woke up
too
at like
early.
fucking noon or 1 or something like that.
I think the appropriate time to wake up after extreme partying is 2 o'clock.
By the way, I think I took a picture of Blake
2 o'clock
sleeping because this dude, we know, Blake will just sleep in the most insane positions you've ever seen. Like he'll just find a corner,
Weird, wild
or like
stuff.
he'll find like a piece of paper and put it over his face to sleep.
Here's a dripping faucet.
Oh yeah, totally. I saw.
Maybe I'll just crawl underneath it and sleep here. Oh, this is behind the toilet. Sure, this is a good place just to nap for a while.
Yeah.
Like it's never like a comfortable. Like, oh, this is a comfy rug, and here's a blanket, and here's a little pillow. I'll just crash
next to a bed.
Yeah,
on the floor.
Sometimes that's a long crawl up top.
You did this time around? You slept next to a bed?
Look how this motherfucker sleeps.
Ooh, that's
well,
not
look
good
at the
for
sun.
Knees right there,
the
buddy.
sun was coming straight in through the window.
I know,
Come
but
on.
like your legs, you're not even on like a side position.
I woke up and my feet. There was no blood in my feet.
Wait, hold up! Look at his socks.
I was gonna say you're cutting off circulation. Like that's you're cutting off circulation.
Hold up! Look at this dude's socks. The socks are like half on.
Wait,
my feet, my heels started to get.
He sleeps heels out.
My heels started to get hot.
This dude got hot heels.
Hot.
Are you serious?
What day was that?
Hot.
So I guess like when you're sleeping like that, any time is going to be too early because you're getting fucking garbage ass sleep.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think I slept at all.
So you're going to be pissed no matter when you wake up.
The radiation of your phone on your nuts.
Oh, my testicles are dead.
And I will say,
just so you can get a. What's that about?
What's weird is I didn't.
Will you text me?
Yeah,
I never blacked out. I didn't like truly black out.
that is weird.
Let me think.
Like I think it's because we were moving around. We were doing so many different things. There was so much stimuli that I was able to remember it. Like it's usually like you get too drunk at a bar and then you just get put in a car and you go home.
Right.
Yeah.
And it just.
Do you remember us trying to lift you and when we were watching Men in Black on the last night? And you
I
were
do
like,
remember that.
And you were like keeping your weight down. And
I didn't want to go drink more, but I was made to.
One of the tightest things, Akko was like so mad that he couldn't get you up. He was so mad. Like he was just like, I'm like, he can't. It's physically impossible. It's going to take 8 men to lift him up. He's like, no, get over here. Lift him up. We got to go to the dock.
There's funny photos of you guys like aggressively trying to lift me up.
Yeah.
So funny.
Wait a second. Well, we didn't get into what happened after dinner that night.
No, we're still
dinner.
marching through. We're still
marching chronologically.
I'm piecing it. Yeah. It's a lot for a sober guy to
This
piece
is a
together.
fractured fairy tale.
So 2 of these. So we wrap up dinner. Meanwhile, Atiba picked up the whole check for the dinner. Did you guys know that?
Thank you, Antiba.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
Well, he was blackout.
That
He
was
didn't know that. I think he
Yeah.
left both his credit card and driver's license there.
Yep.
I also think he did.
Yeah.
Thank you, Antiba.
But so big thanks to him. So anyways, so we are wrapped up at dinner, paid for it. We're out. We're trying to see what we're gonna do next. We're gonna go to some bars on the strip area. Durs set the 2 brothers into a car to Uber home.
To go home. They were done for the night.
They were done.
finished.
They were toasted.
Cooked.
Yes.
And we were like, we still got a little. I mean, also we were all sauced up. But I'm like, hey, we're going for it.
They were extra sauce.
They were done for. They were done.
They had
for.
extra sauce.
Yeah, they were smothered in sauce and they were passing out.
They were
while
smothered
sitting.
and covered. They were Jäger fountain drunk.
And so did you Uber them home?
So I go, all right, because it was like, for whatever reason, we had to wait for them to go home so we could go. So we were like, all right, I'll get them an Uber. What's the
No
address?
man left behind.
Yeah.
A
Come
theme.
on. And someone goes like 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever the street is, right?
Our street.
The
Yeah.
address.
Shady Gator Lane.
And I
Chomped
go,
him.
all right, typing it in. And I think the where like it fills in the address popped up. And I go, yeah, hit it. And then I read it back to people. Your dad
Oh yeah.
said,
For sure. For
Said,
sure
yeah.
my dad just said, yeah. Oh yeah, that's it.
And so
Meanwhile, he
then-
told me later he kept saying his own address back to us and we're like, Dad, that's not your address. And he's like, what'd I say?
oh, really?
And then he would say it, and then we're like, well, you got it right that time, but the first time you got the numbers wrong. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
So fucking
He also got what it was, a way or a court wrong.
right.
He got that part wrong. And later on, when I was like, court, he's like, court. Like that's
So
I'm like, no, that's a real thing. It's on the other side of the lake.
Yeah. 40 minutes away.
we put them in an Uber. They peace out. We go hit the strip. And I remember being on the bus and getting the that they had already arrived within, I think, 15 minutes or 17 minutes. And it was a
Yeah.
And it's like a full 30, 40,
30 something. Yeah.
yeah, 30, 40-minute drive back to our place.
And so that I was like, oh, well, maybe this local dude knew like a route. That's what I thought. I was like, okay, maybe we didn't even need to take a fucking half hour to get
A
here.
shortcut.
Yeah.
We go out. We're doing our thing.
Right. Maybe he took the lake.
If there's stories that want to happen now, we can circle back to what happened later.
Well, I feel like that bar, we went to the bar Marty Bird's, which is a Lake of the Ozarks bar based off the character Marty Bird in the show The Ozarks.
And I get that now because I watched the pilot.
And but it's not. But it isn't. It's spelled
It isn't?
differently.
It's spelled differently. They changed it just enough so they wouldn't get sued, but essentially it is.
Yeah.
And, wow, I get the reference now. That's awesome.
And and then we were just throwing down there, just getting
a lot of dancing. That was a lot of dancing.
That was a dance party. It was a dance party.
I
was a wallflower, just like I was in middle school.
Absolutely.
You guys are dancing your faces off.
And then stayed there for like an hour or so. And
that's also where we weirdly linked back up with the bachelorette party that we met at City of Chompton, Shady Gator.
I feel like the bachelor and bachelorette parties are all doing the exact same stuff that we were doing. Right. So that's why we saw like the 5 groups everywhere we went, is because everyone's just doing the same thing.
Yeah. And we weren't dropping location on like Instagram or anything, so it was just kind of a random occurrence. I think we were pretty good about.
Cool. Should have did that. We should have did that.
Yeah, we should have been like, follow the party train.
I should have been dropping.
I think that bar was also the only one that was open that late.
No, there was a couple that were open,
but they were all empty. I was kind of surprised that was the most poppin' bar on
Marty Bird's, man. It's a
but
novelty.
They were like bigger, dare I say, nicer looking places that you would think would be packed.
We want that dirty, dude.
Yeah,
the dirty murdy,
the ripping and the tearing.
Hey, they had free water, and I appreciated it.
They did.
Yeah, they did have free water.
Take as much as you want.
Big shout out to Marty Bird's.
Awesome stuff. So then, what? We left. Durs, we left early in Austin's car.
We bounced. We went back because I had to get up and drive 3 hours at like 9 a.m. the next morning.
Yeah, and I saw an opportunity to get an extra like 4 hours, so I was in.
But also a reminder, you don't know how much sleep is based on our last podcast.
Oh, yeah, but I saw an opportunity to get a little extra, so I was all in. I grabbed it.
So we get back to the house, and Atiba and Akko are not there.
Yes, they are missing. The boys we sent home or Durs sent home in an Uber through Dennis D's beautiful direction as well. You two were the MVPs of that
I'll take it all. I felt horrible. So I was like, oh, fuck. So everyone starts calling them.
Yeah, that was a weird moment when you were texting the address and we're like, is that the address to this house? Is that this house's address? It's like,
then he hits up us, the party crew on the bus, and we were like, we've got to go find Akko and Atiba.
We weren't on the bus at that point. We were making some night moves.
We were night moves.
You guys missed that, chap.
What does that mean?
Went to some strip club that was called
Super Cuddy one.
That was there. It was like the real strip club closed, and then we're like, we got there, we're like, oh, it's closed, and then there's literally like a shed next door,
exactly next door
that they can't serve alcohol at.
Exactly next door.
Yes.
Exactly, or
it's exactly next door. And so we stood in line there, and also it's everyone from the bar, so we already kind of knew everyone that was there.
Right.
We get in, paid the covers or whatever. We go in. We're there for like 20 minutes, and then Akko and Atiba, we find out that they're lost, and then we're like, we gotta go find them.
Yeah.
And then so we bail from there. We go to the neighborhood that we think that they're at, that we got dropped off at. And now it's just 15.
And we met you guys there because me and Goons took the 30-minute drive back over there. And then it was you guys in the party bus rolling up.
And their phones are turned off.
Done.
Like they're dead.
Like, did their phones die because they were DJing all fucking night?
Exactly. They drained the battery with half songs.
That's all I kept thinking. I was like, God damn it, if he wasn't DJing.
The reason he died. If you just would have let a song play, it wouldn't have happened.
Death by Spotify.
Dude, it was all hands on deck. It was like weirdly emotional. It started to thunderstorm. It was like a fucking...
Dude, we thought that these guys were murdered.
Well, because they were hammered. They were
thankfully
hammered.
you hadn't seen Ozarks at this point, bro. But you would have been fucking
God.
So we're walking through this neighborhood
while I'm sleeping like a baby. Go ahead.
Yeah, by the way, Durs is of no help here. He is not present.
I told Kyle Walsh and Kyle, I go, yo, I'll let me get my clothes back because I was already in bed. I was like, yo, let me get my shit together. And they're like, no, we got it. Like, you got to wake up. And I go,
Yeah.
Cool.
Keep me posted. I was like, I got you.
I did. Couldn't sleep, but I was up.
We're walking through screaming these guys, their names so loudly that I was hoarse the next day. Like I couldn't talk the next day because I'm like screaming their names, pounding my chest. Like, our managers like going up to the address that we thought they got dropped off at and like checking the doors.
That was like I did that shit.
Oh,
that was like
Kyle's
that
doing
was
that
because
okay.
I was there earlier than you guys, and I had already
shot.
pulled the doors just in case. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? This is the dumbest thing. But
what is it? It's like 2 or 3 a.m.
Yeah, at that point it was
it's like 3.
Yeah, for sure.
We hit the pillow at like fucking 4:30 or something.
Yeah, 4-ish.
Looking back, it was. I feel like we wanted the drama a little bit.
Yeah,
because,
Adam willed it.
I willed it.
He lost his voice.
You fucking willed it. You did it. And so like we were all like, oh yeah, he said it in the podcast. He said something.
That is true. Wait, recap. Adam said for it to be a true bachelor party, someone needs to barf, someone needs to get arrested, and someone needs to go missing.
Check.
Uh-huh.
Check.
So
we had 2 people go missing. That counts for the arrested.
Yeah, there's no arrest, luckily.
Yet.
So then we're like, we are like, we have to go home. We've checked everything. We checked multiple hotels. We called the police department. We called the hospital to see if they're like there. And we're like, we don't know what to do. And my dad keeps going, no man left behind.
Yeah, he was in.
That's tight.
And we're like, we know, Dad, but we don't know like what to do or where to go.
We're at the end of our trail.
And then he goes, you guys can go. Just leave me. And we're like, what? No, that's the opposite of what you've been saying. He's like, just leave me here. I'll check all night. And we're like, well, no, we're all
I don't think he's gotten off the bus at this point.
Yeah.
I think he's still sitting on the bus.
In the way back seat.
Yeah.
And so
I just remember you and your dad, he was doing that and you're sitting here like, shut up, you drunk old
you
man.
were starting to get mad at your dad. You're like, Dad, shut up. This isn't a war movie. Like, we're going home.
It's not a war movie, man. And so we go home. We make it home around 4 a.m. We're all exhausted. We're wet. We're drunk.
It started raining as well.
It's raining.
And lightning.
There's nowhere to be found.
It was a lightning storm.
They are nowhere to be found. We have multiple houses. My parents' house, a house that a neighbor let us use, and then an Airbnb. We checked all 3 homes. They're not here. On my parents' little peninsula. And so we're like, we have no idea. Hopefully they made a friend and they're sleeping at someone's house, on someone's couch or something.
Otherwise, dead.
Right. That was kind of the hope.
Yeah. And we're like, I have no idea. Or maybe they got a hotel. And we kept being like, they're smart enough to just get a hotel. They're smart enough to get a hotel. They're adults. And so,
which is true.
We go to bed thinking that they're dead. We wake up to a text of being like, holy shit, bros, slept in a barn last night. Last night was crazy. Sorry about that. Photos of them sleeping in a barn, holding each other, shivering, like on a tractor.
Dude,
which, by the way, was a block or 2 away from your house.
From the house. Right. So they were staying in my house, in the house I was staying at, and it was like, they were 2 blocks away from that house.
Yeah.
And they came in at 8 o'clock in the morning with fucking blankets wrapped around them, like shivering into my room. And I'm like, my room's not a common space or anything like that, but they bust open the door and they're like, oh, bro, you're still here? You're in here?
Yeah.
And I'm like...
Yeah, dude,
where
have
you been? You're alive. This
Just
is
shut
awesome.
your
But
big
like,
yapper.
it's fucking 7:30. I went to bed 3 hours ago.
I know.
And you guys are in here now, and I'm happy you're alive. But also, like now, I got kids. I'm not gonna go back to sleep. I'm not hungover.
Right.
So I was a little salty, but like it was also like so fucking happy that they were there. It was a mixture.
Oh, so happy. I was like, I'm going to wake up and either it's going to be the best news ever and this bachelor party was a huge success and something that we'll talk about forever and it's super fun and I love having these stories.
Hanging on by a thread.
Or it's the saddest bachelor party in existence.
The wedding has a moment of silence.
Yeah. The wedding has to have a moment of silence and we all have to light.
We only play songs for 20 seconds at your wedding.
We all light candles in their honor.
So what happened was the Uber driver took them to the place where I had sent them the wrong address.
Yeah.
They knew it wasn't right. And
Good
then
for them.
they like
Smart.
They vibed it.
By the way, they turned their phones off because I guess Atiba was mad at his phone. Did you hear that?
He was like, I was in a mood where I was just kind of like, fuck my phone.
So they turned their phones off. Fuck that. And then they took like a photo because he's a photographer. They did like a photo journal of their journey back. I think they like bought the guy a case of beer. They're like outside the liquor store, like, this is us.
Yeah, they went and got Budweiser.
Meanwhile, you guys are like,
dude, that's why once I was back in right mind, I'm like, dude, this is the Jefferson brothers. They've been through fucking everything.
I like how I was like, hey, I'm not going to blow up anybody's spots. I'm not going to call their names out.
They don't care. They know.
Then you
it
did,
was
so
epic.
I was like, fuck it. We can bleep it out. We can bleep it out now.
We don't need to. They don't care.
We're not.
They're alive. They partied super hard.
The dude drives them all the way back to the peninsula. And they get out and they're like, fuck, I don't know.
And they like looped around. And I think the Uber driver was finally like, yo, we can't drive you guys around for, like, at this point, they've been driving around for hours. It's been multiple.
Yeah, it's been at least that.
Yeah. At least 1 hour. Yeah, they were like, we're
at least
looping
1
around.
hour, maybe 2 for sure.
Wow.
And so the guy's like, I have to drop you guys off. Thank you for buying me beers. And I think maybe he was drinking beers in the car with these guys
while driving.
It's the Ozarks. By the way, I called him and left a voicemail with him and never.
Did he ever get back to you?
No.
That seems like that would have been the most helpful person to be like, oh, I just dropped your bros off.
Yeah.
So they turned off their phones
on purpose
and then bought beer and was like, we're going to do this off books for beer. Is that what they did?
I don't know. I just saw the pictures that told like their journey, and I was like,
yeah, you can't be taking pictures if your phone was dead.
And it's them walking through my parents' neighborhood. By the way, 3 blocks from the house that they could have slept in, from multiple homes that they could have slept in.
Yeah.
Yes.
3 blocks away.
A lot of beds, a lot of empty beds.
Yeah, Blake wasn't using his.
Yeah, it was available.
Yeah, a lot of empty beds. And they just they just walked around until they were like, we can't. It's pouring rain. It's lightning out. They're like, we can't do this. We got to find shelter. And they found like a shed, like a machine shed that they slept in and curled up into a tractor.
And they took shifts. They told me that when they were wrapped in blankets. They're like, dude, I did first shift. And then I was like, I let him sleep. And then I
what
did
does that
second
mean?
shift.
So that like
you're staying awake.
As if they're
in case the dude who owns the barn came in and was like,
here's another idea. Let's not do shifts. Let's turn our phones on and call our friends.
Bro,
at that point they must have been dead, right?
No.
At that point they must.
Well, to be fair, the very next night, Akko took my phone. He thought my phone was his phone, and then remember, I was like, "Where's my phone? Where's my phone?" And everybody's calling my phone. Everybody knows we're on high alert. Where's Blake's phone? Akko had it in his damn pocket.
Well, the rally for those two was truly incredible because the next day, right? We have one whole other day. So this was like the blowout.
Epic.
Friday was the blowout day where we blasted it to the ceiling, and we were like, okay, we got to do it again. And
we did blast it to the ceiling.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
That classic phrase.
Look out, ceilings.
That's why I fucking woke up so damn early and hit the jet ski so hard because I was trying to get some goddamn Z's.
And we jet skied and then went to multiple lake bars where we just, were in those COVID-infested pools.
Oh, yeah. Then we fought like COVID final boss, dude. Yeah. It was crazy. It was truly scary. Like what pool bar is it? Angry
Blackwater
Jake's?
Jacks.
Yes, where everybody, like, their point of pride was like, hey, we were on like CNN because we were the pool that like opened first during COVID.
No, that was Shady Gators. Shady Gators was the one that was on.
Well, they were claiming it too. They were claiming that shit too.
They were like the video I remember seeing wasn't as big. Or sorry, the pool I remember seeing in that video was bigger than Shady Gators.
Oh, okay. Yeah, might be right.
Oh, yeah. It was massive.
Maybe it was a wide lens.
Because it was like a shot from way up here. Yeah, maybe
it
was a wide lens.
It was the most super spreader ass thing I've ever been at in my life.
And guess what, guys? We're all COVID
negatives.
Free. All negs.
Whatever you guys hear out there about COVID, definitely not true. Can't catch it.
Guys, it's a scamdemic.
Scamdemic.
When I landed in Montana and my phone received all the pictures and stuff, I was like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. No, it was truly frightening. I was convinced.
Yeah.
I was getting the vid.
On the third day of my hangover, I'm like looking up I was like, nah, I'm not going to get COVID. And then by the third day, I'd like started to look up COVID symptoms. And by the way, it's just every symptoms you get when you're super hungover. It's like,
you can't.
You're like, oh,
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea, fatigue,
headaches.
yeah, maybe a runny nose or something.
Right.
I couldn't taste or smell. You know, that classic hangover.
Full body sore, which was from the jet skis. That was my thing. I was running through the checklist and being like, oh, this is the reason, though. This is the reason, though. It's from the jet skis. And I'm like, or is it the COVID? And, I just said that it was a scandemic, but maybe it's a testament to the vaccines really work.
Yeah.
Everybody go out, get your vaccines.
Yo,
we were in the COVID final boss, and we came out negative because Johnson & Johnson, and I'll get my booster very soon.
Johnson & Johnson doesn't have the booster. It's just Pfizer right now, right?
Well, they will, though.
J&J is about to drop one, I heard.
Get you some, boy. Treat yourself.
I'm about to do that.
I'm
I'll be
glad
back
we
to
can bring the
Zarks.
news to the people out there. Whatever kind of COVID news you need, we got it.
That shit's important.
Yeah.
God, so happy we're all alive.
Big shout out to Dennis Devine for keeping it all together, for keeping Blake alive.
Yep.
We were when we were coming back from the second pool bar, and we were all
super spreader,
pretty shit faced at this time. We were passing around a jug of vodka, and we had a keg on the boat that we were pouring into each other's mouths and just chugging out of the vodka handle. And then Blake, as we were cruising,
we also met some really cool Saint Lunatics at the pool who were really fun.
Oh yeah, they were maniacs.
Great.
Yeah, they kept sitting on my head. That was I thought I was gonna break my neck.
Who's
Oh right, Durs wasn't here.
Murphy Lee? Is that who?
Yes. Murphy Lee was there.
Cool.
These BB Dubs were dancing, and they were like, "Whose bachelor party is it?" I'm like, "Mine." I'm just sort of like leaning up against something, and all of a sudden, I just feel like dong 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 dong, like on top of my head, twerking on my head.
Right.
And then a waitress or someone or the manager had to come over and be like, "Hey, no twerking. There's children here." We're like, "Wait, there's children here?"
Yeah, that was the weirdest part of the Ozarks. There was always a kids pool at these weird pool parties, dude. That was disturbing. I didn't like that.
Ozarks.
And twerking was where they drew.
That's where they drew the line. No twerking.
Gosh.
So it was fun, but it wasn't. There was nothing really that eventful happening besides the twerk.
It was like a recovery day.
Yeah, kind of. Well, we were chugging alcohol. It wasn't that much of a recovery.
Sense,
We did try to start doing chicken fights, and they said that was also against the rules.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And so we're coming back on the boat. We're cruising. We're going we're not like flying, but we're going 25, 30 miles an hour in the pontoon, the tri-tune. My dad gets offended when you call it a pontoon because there's an extra tune. It's a tri-tune.
Thank you.
Right.
And so we're driving back, and then Blake just goes, "I'm jumping out." My dad's like trying to grab him, like, "Blake, don't." And then he jumps off the side, almost gets sucked underneath the side of the boat, and then he's swimming.
Dumbass.
We have to pull him in, and then we get finally back to the dock, and then he jumps out again, and my dad's like, "Son of a Blake, get back in the boat." But
He's a
besides
slippery
that,
sucker.
Wait, did you jump out while it was moving?
I'm sorry,
during
Mama.
a piss break?
while we were moving,
Or both?
no piss break. There
was a piss break that was happening, and then I'm like, I'm going to jump out for the piss break.
I truly remember you jumping out as we were cruising.
Well, that's a little less dumbass.
No.
Oh no! I
wouldn't just jump out full speed. Even that wouldn't.
Okay.
But that's funnier to like pretend you're walking and then.
Yeah, I don't know. You broke your back by jumping off a roof.
Yeah, but I didn't
scared you.
Yeah.
I can even walk that back. I was jumping onto a table, which I thought would break my fall, and it was thinner than I thought. I think things through, okay?
Yeah.
I halfway think them.
You thought you would just land on the table like a cat?
I thought it would break my fall. I watch a lot of hardcore wrestling.
Yes, no, yeah, I get it, but it was dumb.
Any
Thank you.
takebacks, apologies, or
Giveaways?
I got a Hot Pockets t-shirt.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I know we got the Hot Pocket stuff, and last week I was trying to remember what I was like, doesn't Hot Pockets have some handle?
I might have a Hot Pockets for lunch, guys.
It's
Nice.
There's a Twitter handle or an Instagram handle for Pete Zarol, and it's the
Okay.
Pete Zarol.
I was like,
Wow.
that's fun, Pete.
Yep.
Zarol.
Yes, points.
That's right.
Points
And
to
that's
Hot
the
Pocket.
Totinos, but they ain't sending shit, so you know.
Big shout out to Hot Pocket,
Hit us up.
Oakley's, And thank you guys for making the trip out to the bachelor party. I'd like to thank all of you guys, everyone that was on the bachelor party. Because it was, because it is a very long travel day. It's like a very long travel day to get to the Ozarks. It's usually a connecting flight. And then once you land, it's a legitimate 3-hour drive to get here. So thank you guys for coming. I know it was a pain in the ass, but I really appreciated it. Devine really appreciated it. And thank you guys very much.
Absolutely.
True Brozarks for life.
I do want to compliment the group of. I want to compliment the group of Brozarks that were out there for coming together in that hour and searching for the other lost bros.
Yeah,
that was. It was. We did it. We did it, guys.
Did it?
Yeah,
no
came
man
together.
left behind.
I heard you guys did it, and
tried to fix Anders' mistake. But also shout out to Durs for being the catalyst of that whole thing. You know.
Yes. Thank you, Durs, for spinning that.
Thank you, God.
Spinning that top and being the puppet master.
The puppet master to the whole thing. Let's see. I guess, you know what, Kyle, I want to apologize for when I was driving you to the Ozarks, passing that car, making you almost shit your pants.
Oh my fuck. And
there was another car coming at us and I just fucking floored it. And we were in a Tahoe that, I mean, it might have had 2 cylinders. It was so slow. And I floored it, and it just didn't go. And I was like, well, we're going to crawl past this car and narrowly get past this truck.
It was definitely fucking scary. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I wanted to get there, though. I wasn't around.
All of it. It was just a perfect storm of horrific life-ending events that could have happened. And you got us through it.
And that's the first story of the batch party. The one regret is that we didn't do fireworks. Fireworks are legal in Missouri. They have awesome fireworks stands. We could have stopped by one and like full on like warehouses full of fireworks that we could have gotten like a cool spread and shot off fireworks, but that didn't happen. You know, with bachelor parties, you got to let.
If Atiba and Akko had those,
you got to let them flow. You know, you got to let them flow.
And I guess my final compliment would be to the whole entire Devine family. They let us go up in their house, and I know I wrestled in the kitchen with Uncle Matt and maybe dented the refrigerator.
There is a dent.
Yeah,
there is a dent.
That's my bad.
There is a dent in the refrigerator, and Mama Devine is pretty upset about that.
You better send him some twin Sub-Z's, man.
Yeah, I got to figure that out. So that's a compliment to Penny.
And there's a chair. My mom is. She's in the kitchen right now. I'm still in the Ozarks. She's motioning to me that someone also broke a chair on the dock, and I don't know if that's Blake or not, but I'm assuming it is.
I don't think that was. I don't think that was me. I never sat down on the dock.
Why don't you tell her that's the cost of doing business? All right.
Yeah, but you rock and rolled on the dock. You punk rocked on the dock. So
the dock
chair was it?
At night.
Was it one of the loungers or what?
No, one of the stools, one of the metal stools.
It might have been Kyle, dude.
Oh, I saw that, dude. No, I fucking saw that on Sunday. I was like, yo, this shit's clipped.
Yep.
They busted off the footrest.
And that's okay. R.I.P.
Very dangerous. Almost cut my foot on it. Very, very dangerous.
It was very, very cool for your parents to allow us to just turn it into a frat house for
It was very, very fun.
Days.
Big shout out to Penny and Dennis Devine for letting us do it.
Shout out.
Yeah, big thanks.
And good job, Adam. You fucking, the bachelor party kind of follows the bachelor, and you were on it.
Yeah,
baby.
you brought the fury.
Yeah, I was impressed.
It
takes a lot to impress me.
I for sure. Chloe came in the day that you guys left. She came in Sunday, and then she just watched me be the most hungover person she's ever seen in 3 days. And a big shout out to Chloe for not shaming me, for for holding me like a child and nursing me back to health. So big shout out to Chloe Bridges, soon to be Chloe Devine. You know what?
There we go.
I think I'm gonna keep her.
Yeah. Is she gonna change her name?
Or are you going to change yours?
I think so. I would.
Adam Bridges.
Adam Bridges?
You can say you're Jeff Bridges.
Tough.
Jeff Bridges' brother.
That's cool.
Guys, and that was another episode of
This is important.